verse 25 psyop. But the other thing about it is, even if it was real, it still acted like a psyop, because anyone who looks into Universe 25 goes, oh, well, what's happening to us right now, that's what's going to happen. Yeah. And it's only going to get worse. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So it's like, it doesn't matter whether it's real or not. It's still acted in the same way as a psyop. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. We are back for another Box of Dogs, and I am here once again with the one and only friend of the show, good friend of the show, Mr. Nitrobreed himself, Tom Blaw.
Yay.
We are going to be talking about etymology and body language and all sorts of things. So let's do the intro and get it underway.
But I know what'll make you feel better.
Oh, no, not another box of dogs!
It's another box of dogs!
How are you, buddy? You doing all right?
Very good. Yourself?
Yeah.
Very good.
Good. Glad to hear that. Just going to get our audio levels right. I believe we are live now, anyway. I think we're on YouTube, Rumble, and X. Let me just double check that yes, we are streaming to YouTube, Rumble, and X. We have success. All right, so what's this book? Can you name the book? Hey.
Oh, yeah.
Good evening, my hombres. That's Jippo Jake says good evening.
Yes, good evening.
Jippos. Yeah, so what's the name of the book that you're reading? Word Magic, the powers and occult definition of words. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Chang. I got to get that. I got to listen to it.
Yeah, very, very good read.
Yeah.
I've read it once and listened to the audiobook multiple times.
That's better.
Yeah. As I think it was Jocko Willink that said you don't know a book until you've read it at least 3 times.
Yeah.
And that's, absolutely true.
I was listening to a guy who was talking about having read the Bible like 5 times. I haven't even finished it once. I want to.
Yeah.
But damn, that's a tough read. It's so massive.
Yeah.
But yeah. So, but you do that thing where you'll listen to the audio book as well. So you read it and listen to the audio.
Yes. If I can, yeah.
Yeah. Do you find that, I've been kind of thinking that is probably the way I should. I did it with that book that you loaned me.
Never Split the Difference?
Never Split the Difference, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I found it. It's on YouTube.
Yes,
so
yes.
I ended up, I was kind of, I think I was taking more of it in. Kind of doing it that way.
Yes, definitely.
Because when I read now, I'm just read one sentence and then start thinking about something else, and then I have to go back and back. Attention spans, man. The kids today.
They've just been completely shot. Yeah.
Oh, it's nuts.
And obviously, they're done very, very deliberately.
Well,
if something goes on for more than 30 seconds, oh, fuck that. That's way too long.
Yeah, I think they've really, that's the thing. I often wonder, I don't know if it was set out to, I don't know. I often question what's the line between them doing these things to, do they know before they do these things that this will be the effect? Or do they just hack these things down to a thing and they go, well, this works out for us. If we make everyone have no attention span, it works out for us. So, yeah, it's an interesting...
Yeah, whether it was planned or they just go, look what this is doing. Isn't that interesting? Isn't that fascinating? I personally think because of their big think tanks, I personally lean towards that they are doing it beforehand.
They knew. Yeah, look, I think
That they knew.
I think they definitely know what will happen. Like when they say, look,
Yeah.
let's, when YouTube were like, let's develop YouTube shorts, and like they've done the studies, they know damn well what's going to happen.
Oh yeah.
Google got over $1 billion in fines recently. Google in Europe. Sounds big, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Any idea of their profits last year?
Go on, please go on.
Over $132 billion in profits.
What's 1 billion?
What's a billion?
Nah.
Fines are just the government wetting their beak at this point. It's just like, they see these companies making these obscene profits, and they go, "We'll have a bit of that." That's what it is. So, but they release that news. They're like, over $1 billion in fines, and we're all like, "Wow, that'll show them. They'll start behaving." No, they won't.
No.
It's just funny. Let's look up. I'm gonna look. I need to shift some of my drinks here. Okay, so that was way less interesting than I thought it would be. It's just a okay, Google's the domain is google.com. According to the company name, is a play on Google, which is a 1 with 100 zeros after it.
Oh.
Number represented by 1 followed by 100 zeros. Yeah, that's a Google. Yeah, but Google. Okay, anyway. I thought that might be an interesting place to start, but it's not at all. It's just like, Google. That's what it is. Anyway, so let's dig into it.
Yeah.
What have you discovered from this book, mate?
It goes into... starts off with, the basic premises of that words. Yeah, you have to do the etymology, and what are the other two words? Prefix and suffix?
Prefix and suffix, yep.
Yeah, so that a lot of words, what we're saying, we don't realize what we're actually saying.
Yeah, that's absolutely right.
So we've already talked about the government quite a few times.
Yeah.
So when you break down that word, and we can do this using the etymology dictionary, when you split that word into two, govern and then meant, I'm pretty sure govern is something along the lines of to control. Or direct.
Yep.
And meant, mind.
Yeah.
You control or direct the mind.
Yeah. There's a lot of debate over the origins of the word religion.
Yes.
Let's see what this thing has to say about. There's a guy,
From what the book
Mark
says,
Passio.
I think it's
go on.
to bind again.
Yeah, to bind. It is.
Yeah.
It is about binding, but it's also there's that element of control and whatnot as well. Mark Passio talks about it, and it's religiosa or something like that, and
yeah.
But the other one that fascinates me is when we. I am going to have to switch back to these so I can read a bit easier. The other one that fascinates me is things like where words get brought into common use, like Balenciaga. It's a Latin invocation. It's an invocation and an incantation. It's part of. It's not really. Well, it kind of is an incantation, because Balenciaga means Baal is king
Ah,
in
yes.
Latin. So when people say Balenciaga, and especially when they say it with a, because it's how you say the words as well.
Yes,
So if you
it's got to
say-
be quite precise, doesn't it?
Yeah, but it's also like
Yeah.
if your intention behind it is, oh, Balenciaga, I love Balenciaga, and you say the word with love, you are saying into the universe, Baal is king.
Yeah.
So I want to start another company called Christenciaga. So okay.
Well, I mean, there is, of course, that viral clip of Kim Kardashian, and she over exaggerates the pronunciation of Baal. She goes Balenciaga.
Mm,
There's
right.
a lot of emphasis.
I haven't seen
on the
that, but
Baal part.
that is absolutely where it comes from. And because
Yeah.
you get a celebrity saying it a certain way, and people will imitate that.
Yes.
Because there's a misspelling in there. There's an A missing and an apostrophe missing. But you are
Yes.
still saying the words Balenciaga. So it's,
Yes.
I mean, that's just one that's fascinating. That's the kind of trickery that, and like I say, I love a good trick. But okay, so religion, state of life bound by monastic vows, also action or conduct indicating a belief in a divine power and reverence for and a desire to please it. So it goes so far back though,
Yes.
and I'm not sure how much I trust this. I mean, we'll see how we go with it, but
Yeah.
yeah. The noun of action was derived by Cicero from religare, go through again, in reading or
Yes.
in thought. Yeah, religare, that's the one that Mark Passio talks about. It's interesting, go through again.
Exactly. Because to me, that sounds like reincarnation.
That's what a lot of people believe all these religious doctrines are, and if you die and you go into the light, you are going to be reborn, and you're just stuck on this
Yes.
frickin' hamster wheel.
It actually addresses that in the book.
Right. What does it say
That-
about it?
That the light is a trick used by the dark forces to draw you back in, because human beings, we are naturally attracted to the light. So, for instance, when we go through that initial dying process, if you were to look around and just see nothing, and then all of a sudden you see a light, and then of course, like, that stereotypical religious music,
Yeah.
like it does sound beautiful. It might not be my type of music, but to me it still sounds beautiful, and it affects you on an emotional level.
Yeah, look, if it was going to get me, I would be floating in blackness, and then a light would appear, and then Kanye West would appear singing Nigger Heil Hitler, and I'd be like, I'm there, man. I'm fucking there. You're like, this is the greatest thing ever. I'm going to that dance party. So that's what it'd get me. But yeah, no, it's the there is a process that people can learn to escape the the reincarnate. So the way it's laid out is you meet. There's various stages that you have to pass. And you have to be not at all attached to this world. And then when you meet the shepherds that will guide you in, you have to say, you have no authority over me. I am a sovereign being. And there's like 5 or 7 steps. I mean, that all that stuff, I often I think about this stuff all the time.
Yeah.
And I've often wondered about like angels and demons and things like that. Are demons basically God's sheepdog?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Well, yes, because that has just actually struck a memory. The movie Jacob's Ladder.
Oh yes, yeah, yeah. He says in
Um,
that he quotes you haven't read. Go on, sorry, I was thinking.
no,
Of
you're
it.
right. It's I'm probably going to butcher the quote too, but it's something. It was along the lines of, "What if demons are actually angels in disguise, trying to help you to
Tearing you
wake up
away
to
from
certain
the earth.
things?"
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. He says when you're still attached to the earth, you'll see demons everywhere trying to tear you away from your life. But when you let go, those
Mm.
demons become angels. I can't remember
Yes.
the author that he quotes, but that he's quoting a particular, like a 12th century mystic when he
Yes.
says that. Yeah.
Because it's very interesting. I mean, a lot of my life experiences, I mean, a lot of what do you call it? Like the monks or the Buddhists will tell you this, depending on your perspective, that pain, as unpleasant as it is an extremely good teacher.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Dude, the difference between people, pianists, who like had a teacher when they were young, when they would hit a wrong note, the teacher would whack the back of their hand with a ruler. Like
Right.
they don't play wrong notes.
Yeah.
Like, it's a brutal way to learn,
Mm.
but that's another thing I've questioned. Like, where are we headed if we are eliminating that kind of, you know, physical
Yeah.
education, so to speak? I don't know. Are we? I mean, I don't know. I think it's kind of good we're moving away from that, but I just wonder what the end result is going to be. We're not going to know for years.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't surprise me if in 100 years people just go, "No, we were wrong. You need to hit your kids. Start hitting your kids, everyone."
Well, because it's pretty simple, isn't it? There needs to be boundaries
Yeah.
because if parents don't show children boundaries, someone else will,
Yep.
and it'll either be a police officer or someone else out on the street.
Dude, I was thinking about
So,
yeah. I was thinking about it the
so
other day.
what's worse?
We were given, like, growing up, there were basically, it was like we were free range kids. It was just do whatever you want. We're not going to tell you anything, whether you're doing right or wrong, until you do wrong, and we're going to be there to hit you and yell at you. So I got to the point where it's like, I don't know what to fucking do. I felt like a mouse in a maze, and I didn't know
Yeah.
which parts of the floor were electrified, which cheese
Yeah.
was going to fucking explode in my face.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's not a great way to,
And
not a
if
great
kids
way to learn.
like, yeah, if you leave kids on their own, if you're not there to watch them, and they're about to stick a fork into an electrical socket, or run across a busy street,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, nothing good's going to come of that.
Yeah. They'll learn when they get hit by a truck.
They'll have to learn, yeah, in the next lifetime.
Yeah. I actually have been doing a bit about that, about like how the boomers are badly named. Like, calling them boomers is completely inaccurate, because they're called baby boomers because they reckon they had more babies than anyone, but they didn't. They actually had less babies than previous generations, but they just figured out how to keep the ones they had alive.
Ah,
So,
through medical advances.
yeah, through medical advances and whatnot. And
Yeah.
I'm not saying the system was perfect before, but we had a system. All the retards and the fuckheads died out early, so all you had was strong people. So it's like, next time you're stuck in traffic, just know that 80% of those cunts around you should be dead. Anyway, I won't start doing bits, but yeah. No, just it is I don't know. It's very interesting that I find it fascinating that the stuff, like, I was taught so much stuff when I was a kid that they called fairy tales,
Yeah.
and I was always like, why are you telling me this stuff if it's bullshit? Like, what? Like, that was the thing that I could never square, because they'd be like, this happened and that, and this magic guy came along, and this is all bullshit, by the way. And I'd be like, well, why are you telling me if it's bullshit? I believe that's part of the programming early on to convince you that this stuff is not real.
Mm-hmm.
Because,
Yep.
like, I know that magic exists in the world. I know that witchcraft exists in the world. I know that I know that, like, there's not a lot of witches out there that can cure a scorching case of herpes. So science is kind of, taken over on that one. But I know for a fact that these things still exist. And they
Absolutely.
use them. So I really
Yes.
believe that was part of our early childhood programming. That,
Yes.
don't believe
Because
this stuff.
when you say magic, personally, what's the first thing that comes to your mind?
The first thing that comes to my mind with magic is incantations and spells and the manipulation of reality. I mean, first of all, you kind of think card tricks, trickery,
Yeah. Yeah.
tricks. Let's say tricks.
Yep.
But also like the manipulation of reality, the manipulation of people, and creating. I'd say the manipulation of reality. What's the first thing that comes to your mind?
Usually Hollywood movies, Harry Potter.
There you go. Yeah,
Right? Exactly.
the manipulation of reality.
Yep.
That is exactly what that is. That's all that shit is.
Yep.
The people who saw the power of films early on, when the technology first came out, and they were like, "Holy shit, this is powerful." They had people. One of the first films, they had like a train coming straight at the camera. A guy had a heart attack.
Whoa.
There was another one where a guy, and Scorsese repeated it in Goodfellas, I think it was, where he has Joe Pesci turn to the camera and he shoots the camera like 6 times. That was done early in film. And again, some guy had a heart attack, because you can't, the subconscious doesn't know the difference. The brain, you just see a guy especially in those early. I find it fascinating that now we've gotten to a point where we are so used to unreality that we can watch something happening and go, yeah, but that's not real. There's a block in our brain. Unfortunately for us, 6 million years of the evolution of the unconscious mind, the unconscious doesn't know it's not real. It's called the window effect, where, like, if you see some guy getting the living shit kicked out of him outside your window, and then someone pulls out a gun and shoots him in the head, you're going to go into, like, fight or flight. And you're going to get your guns, you're going to get your knives, whatever, to protect yourself. The mind doesn't know the difference between a window and a screen. Yeah. That's just where we're at now, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, well, I don't know why my mind's going this way, but like I've now been hearing about this thing where, kind of like what you're saying, like let's say you see a stabbing on the street.
Yeah.
if you're the only one there, you know, the guy that does the stabbing runs off. The person that has been assaulted, if there's only a couple of people around, he's much more likely to receive help.
Yeah, right.
If that happens in the city, everyone just sort of looks at each other and goes, someone will do it. And basically that person's fucked. Nobody ends up helping them.
That's wild.
Yeah. Fucking crazy.
I was talking to a mate the other, and I've actually experienced this where, this kind of freaks me out a bit because we are getting more and more numbed to this stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
You would have seen the experiment where they get someone's hand and they put the hand behind a piece of cardboard, and then on the other side of the cardboard they'll have a rubber hand, and they start stroking the rubber hand, and at the same time they're stroking the person's hand, and they'll touch this finger and that finger and that finger and that finger, and slowly the mind, because all you can see is the rubber hand, the mind goes, that is my hand, because I'm feeling it. I'm getting sensations as this guy rubs my finger. He rubs the rubber hand finger, and it convinces your mind that that is your hand. And then they pull out a hammer and they go fucking whack on the rubber hand. You see the person jump, and they say they actually felt something, like it didn't break their hand or anything, but they felt it.
Wow.
A mate was telling me the other day about VR porn, and I've experienced that kind of thing. This is what freaks me out, man. I've experienced that kind of thing where you convince your mind of something and you actually feel like that is real. You feel like that thing is happening to you. So yeah, my mate was telling me about VR porn. He was going, it's fucking incredible. It's changed my life. And I was like, he's like, it's changed my life how I wank. And I'm like, well, I don't know if that's a good thing though.
Yeah.
But he said it really feels like, he said, even though you're looking down and it's some kind of, you know, it's still like an animation, a computer animation.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
It's still, he's convinced that it's really happening. It does also show, though, it does reveal how much our reality is conceived and constructed in the mind.
Yes.
Like, it's all in there. Everything we experience is all through the mind. If you can control that, you control reality.
Yes.
Quite fascinating. People can, like, be tortured and they just go, but I'm not there, so it doesn't matter. Like, people that have that level of control over their own minds.
Yes.
But that, I believe, is what is being taken away from us with all of this stuff.
Absolutely.
The thing I'm interested in, though, is when, you know how, you know, with things like AI, with Suno, you prompt Suno and you say, make me a song that's a heavy metal song with, and it does this, and you get more in-depth prompts. Yep. And it just creates a song for it. It's just like, bang, here's a song. 10 seconds later, you've got a full song written. I'm interested in what's going to happen with, like, the virtual reality shit when you can prompt an AI to create the reality that you want.
Yeah.
Because that's coming.
And would that be a good thing?
It will create some weird shit.
Exactly, yeah. Because, I mean, like...
There'll be a lot of guys making world of boobs.
Yes.
It's just
and after a while, it won't be that long before they go, it's just a world of boobs.
Yeah, I'm kind of bored with the world of boobs.
Yeah, kind of bored. Like, where can we go with this?
Yeah.
How can we make it exciting? And then, because of the novelty factor wearing off, they have to find something that's more novelty factor. So I remember
Just
a
randomly
while ago.
squirt milk at you. Just
Yeah. So I remember you talking about this with me a while back. Was it the movie? I think you said it was called The Counselor.
yeah.
When you have, say, you have access.
When you've got all the money in the world, how do you get off?
Yeah. Yes.
What? Yeah. It's like when you've done all
Yeah.
the things, when you've, yeah.
Mm-hmm. You've had the best booze, the best food,
Yeah.
best sex, whatever you want to call it.
You've fucked
Yeah.
all the hottest people. You've done
Yep.
everything. It's why a lot of there's like Magic Johnson getting AIDS and all that, and that kind of
Yeah.
revealed that amongst that upper echelon of like sports superstars who are all present themselves as like they're super straight, they love the ladies and whatever, you find out they were having a lot of gay sex and stuff.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
they're fucking hot bitches all the time.
Yeah.
They're just like, they walk out and there's just hot bitches throwing themselves at them. And after a
Yes.
while, they're like, well, I've had all the pussy. Like, I need something else.
What's something new?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is what I think eventually leads people back to nature. Because you go deeper and deeper into this shit, and eventually you've just got to go, nah, I've got to get out of this bullshit and just back into, I got to see some trees. I got to like, I got to hear the birds sing. You know what I mean? I got to reset.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a magical world we live in.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
But yeah,
well, that would. It sounds like to me that, like, yeah, what you're saying, and I guess you could make a point just about history. It does seem like that there's just been this loop of like, there's a great big build up. Everything's all like super, super exciting. Innovation, technology. And it just reaches a point. It's like, got machines that can, wash our clothes and our dishes, can make food for us. So now that I don't have to worry about that, it's like, oh, okay, so what else can I spend my time worrying about? And it ends up going into really dark shit.
Dude, if you want
an
actual challenge in life, grow your own food.
Yeah.
And you want a challenge that rather than it just being like, I shot a guy on a screen who wasn't really there, and all my friends said I was the best at shooting people who aren't there. Whatever it is, eventually, when you come back to like, I grew this food, I'm now feeding my fucking family with this food. I killed this chicken. That chicken came at me and it had it coming.
Yep.
That chicken pulled a gun. You lay the dirty pistol next to the chicken. It pulled a gun, dude. I had to kill the chicken. So that's what I think it all ultimately comes back. Like, that's the full circle. I don't even believe that this is the first time that this world has experienced these levels of technology. Because where do all those stories come from about... there was a wizard and he had a magic stone and he could look into this magic stone and he could see it. Really, a magic stone. Yeah, where did he find this fucking magic stone, motherfucker? I need more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, fuck you, man. A magic stone. Oh, yeah, I'm going out fucking looking for magic stones today. Fuck that. No.
Well, I mean, if you want to argue like about like these things, you could argue are magical.
They are. I can't remember who said it, but they said any advanced form of technology is the same as magic.
Yep.
If aliens came down now, and I'm pretty sure they will any day, you know who's on board with the alien thing now?
No.
Only Dr. Phil. I'm convinced. I don't
Are
need to
you
hear.
saying that aliens are going to come down and see us?
How's that working out for you?
Yeah, they're gonna need my help, because if they don't do that, then they're gonna have a hard life.
I mean, fucking Spielberg and Neil the Arse Tyson had me 90% there.
Well, I mean that recent movie,
Disclosure Day. Yeah.
If you look at the comments, everybody knows exactly what the fuck is up.
Yeah. No one's buying it.
Yeah, you're just prepping us. It's like, you remember that how they I think the movie was called Songbird,
Yeah.
and sure enough, like, it was, about like a COVID movie, pretty much.
Oh, yeah.
You remember that?
Was that the one with I've only seen clips of it.
I only saw the trailer.
Okay, it's I can't think of his name, but he's one of my favorite actors. What's his name? American actor. His sister's. I'm not going to remember the name. My brain is not with me today. But I have seen the thing. He's sitting there. He's in England, and I've seen a clip. He's in England, and he's telling the people what the plan is with the virus.
Yeah,
I think that's the movie. John Cusack.
John Cusack.
Yeah, I think that's the one. But yeah. that's how they do it. That's the manipulation of reality and getting us to accept that.
In this book, it actually did talk about how what will happen in a lot of movies, of course, because of that whole karmic retribution thing. They have to show us what they're doing before they do it.
They have to get us to accept it.
And accept it. That's right. Yeah. And when we accept it through watching movies and TV shows, and was it silence is a form of consent to them.
Yeah.
If we don't say anything, that's implied consent. Hey, you didn't say no.
You didn't say no. Yeah, exactly.
I told you, and you had no objections to it.
Yeah.
So in the book, it makes it pretty clear. He goes, if you see anything and you recognize this stuff, you need to say to yourself, I do not consent to what I'm seeing. And I'm calling out to the true creator that these dark forces need to be sat in front of the true universal justice system.
Well, in Christianity, you call them before God via the name of Jesus. And all of these dark forces, you are given the authority to speak in Jesus' name. And the way it's explained to me is it's basically like they'll come at you and they'll do whatever they want, and you've consented to more shit than you realize throughout your life. We all have. We just didn't realize stuff. So they're coming at you. The minute you call it, you say, no, I don't consent. You have no authority. I don't consent to this. And I call on Jesus to, tear you away from me, go to the foot of the cross and receive your punishment. There's particular prayers that you can do. Yeah. It's basically like shining a spotlight on them. So it's like if you're standing in the street and 3 muggers come up to you and they got knives on you, and you go, I want the police here. And then there's a big spotlight on you and the police are watching suddenly. And the thieves are like, well, we're going to get busted if we do anything, so let's walk away. Yeah. Because everything's legalistic in this world and the next. That's how I understand it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In a physical sense, energy sense, spiritual sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Everything. Yeah.
It's crazy.
So it talked about, it had a short bit. Now, I haven't seen the movie, but I watched a short clip of it today. It was Jupiter Ascending.
I've heard of it.
Yeah, so it actually talked about. I think it was Mila Kunis was talking to a guy, and there's like vials of all this stuff, and she's asking like what it's about.
Mm.
I was like, well, basically, this is how like we stay alive and youthful for longer.
Okay.
And he talks about how it was made. I think he said it was extracted. Each vial contains was it about 100 humans worth
Yeah, right.
of like DNA or whatever it is. And she's like, "Did you kill these people?" And he goes, "No, but someone did.
Someone did, yeah.
Someone did."
Mm.
Says my mother went through a similar phase as to what you're going through now, and she tried to stop it, and she was killed for it.
So
But basically, like your race and Earth is like a farm, and we are farming your energy.
Mm.
Yeah,
It's funny, like I don't know what I'm doing with my comedy because can be quite dark at times, but it always comes from a place of love. And very often, like I started a set the other day when I did Resi. I started the set by saying, congratulations everyone for coming out. I'm really glad you've decided to come out. You could stay home and just get depressed watching YouTube and Netflix and feed the reptilians their loosh. And as soon as I said that, they cracked up. But I think it works in the other way as well. Like, because they would say absurd things. It's like when Stephen Colbert fed a baby to Baal. And it was like a comedy bit.
Yeah.
It was like a comedy bit. But it's like, I can't remember his name, but the filmmaker, he talked about it on Rogan, and they show the clip, and it's like, this is what gets us to, we laughed at. People laughed at it.
Yeah.
So when I say, well done for coming out and choosing love and fuck the reptilians, like we're out here fighting the reptilians, denying them their loosh, everyone laughs, but they're still accepting what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So, like, that's my little way of fighting back.
Yeah.
Like, I will say shit like that. I don't care if people laugh at it. Like, I want them to laugh. I'm doing comedy.
Yeah.
I'm saying things I know they're going to laugh at, but at the same time, I'm kind of saying things which are true.
Yeah.
I'm just like, So, yeah, I have fun with that.
Yeah.
Because fuck the reptilians. But if they can hook me up with some of that youth juice, I'll take it. Reluctantly, but I'll take it. And $1 billion. I'll take it. I'll work for you, but, reluctantly.
Do you think they would they take Australian dollars?
Yeah, I suppose Australian dollars. What's that in American? $1 billion in Australian. Yeah. That's about $50 American. I'll offer him a pack of cigarettes.
Some Australian cigarettes. Yeah. Like, no, you don't understand. These cigarettes, they come from Australia.
Yeah.
A pack of 30 costs like $100,000.
Yeah.
If you had 3 packets, you could actually buy a house with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a joke. We are a joke on the world stage, man.
Oh, we really are. Like, me and my wife were doing, the tax returns with an accountant the other day. And even he was saying, like, yeah, we are the most taxed country in the world, and it's only going to get worse.
Yeah. Oh, they never back off.
Any better.
They never, ever back off.
Yeah.
Oops. I hit the wrong thing. I meant to look at chat. Jake says, I'd like to give Ask Jeeves a shout out. Everyone's forgotten about him. That's when we were talking about Jugal. But it later turned out the chicken was holding a Mars bar, but still he had it coming. You're fucking right, he had it coming. Fuck that chicken.
I prefer Snickers personally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, chickens shouldn't eat chocolate anyway, so.
No, they should not.
I did him a favour by shooting him in the face. But yeah.
Oh, that's where I was going to go before.
Go on.
You were mentioning the Stephen Colbert bit with the baby.
Yep.
So I've been also looking into manipulation tactics pretty hard over the last probably year or so.
Yeah.
So I noticed what a lot of them will do, they will say or do things with neutral terms and neutral meanings.
Yeah.
So that depending on the situation, like for example, if somebody calls them out and say, hey, I know what you've just did, they can flip it and they can say, oh, no, I actually meant this.
Yeah.
But if they don't get caught, then they can continue the manipulation and keep pushing.
Yeah.
But there's always like that little escape that they can take.
Yeah.
Oh, no, that's not what I really meant.
Mm.
Well, what I meant by that was this. And they use those neutral terms and words so they can get out of it.
Well, they also, even on the most basic level, like when that, when the Thai girl was murdered, I hate bringing this up and I hate using this as an example, but there's an arm of the media now where they put out social media bounties, and it's basically, look, tell people this story in the way we want you to tell it, and you know, you will get money. And when that murder happened, my feed for a week, it was flooded with suitcase killer murders 17-year-old girl. So it's like extrapolating certain facts, pushing a certain narrative, because there had been no trial. There was no alleged in the things that they said. They just were making us think he's guilty and she's just an innocent girl. Now, I don't want to, you know, put shade on the poor girl. I don't think she deserved it.
Yeah.
But she was on what is essentially prostitute beach at night. Right. And she went off with a guy, and there's one story that says they argued about money. I mean, but it's still, it paints her in one way and him in another way. So it's just the tricks they use.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, there's a local story.
Priming, I think they call it.
What is it? Priming?
I think they call it priming. Yeah, priming. Depending on what words and terms you use, you can already sort of pre-push someone in a certain direction. So, sorry to cut you off.
No,
so like a good. Very quick example. There was a study done where they showed the same car crash to two different groups. Although one group, they asked them, how fast was the car going when it smashed into the other car? And then the other group, they asked, what speed do you think this car was traveling when it bumped into the other vehicle?
Right.
See where I'm going with this?
Yeah.
So the first group, how fast was the car going when it smashed into the other car? Their estimates were much higher than the next group.
Dude, it scares me how easily manipulated we are as a species.
Yeah.
Like,
yes.
It freaks me out, like, when I hear things like that. The story about where they were sending women in for job interviews, but before they would go in, they would put scars on their faces, like makeup scars. Have you heard this?
No, go on.
So they did a study a little while ago. Konstantin Kisin has talked about this But they did this study where they got a group of women and they were like, we're going to send you in to a job interview. But before we send you in, and like they were kind of primed in a way to see prejudice in a sense, because they would have all known, they would have been like, okay, well, they're not going to pick me because I'm covered in scars. So they got makeup artists to put scars on their faces. So they looked like they'd been, slashed up.
Yeah.
And they'd show them themselves in a mirror and they'd go, look, your face is covered in scars. And so they'd make sure they'd seen the image of themselves covered in scars. And then they went, okay, we're just going to touch up the makeup a bit more. And they removed the scars and they just did the makeup so they just looked normal. And then they sent them in to the interview. And every one of them came out saying, yeah, no, I wasn't going to get that job or whatever. The interviewer just kept staring at my scars. Like, he said words that were like referring to my scars, like he was obsessed with the scars on my face. And then they showed them and they went, well, you didn't have any scars. Like, we fucked with you. Wow. You were actually, they thought that the interviewer was the subject of the experiment.
Yeah.
But they were actually the subject of the experiment. But because they believed they had scars, they came out going, that guy's a prejudiced piece of shit. He even said words referring to my scars, but the guy was like he had no idea.
Yep.
So they went in with this preloaded thing. This is why if you man, if you master your mind,
yep, you got to.
You have to.
Yeah, I've been reading at the moment the Ellipses Manual by Chase Hughes.
Oh yeah. He's great. I love that guy.
I personally really dig him.
Yeah.
A lot of people on YouTube give him shit, like saying, "Oh, he's a fraud. He exaggerates stuff." And look, who knows? Maybe he does, but either way, he still knows what the fuck he's talking about.
Mm.
Maybe he does exaggerate stuff to help market or sell shit, but he still knows his shit.
Yeah.
So basically, like, he was talking about what you just said along those lines, like how frighteningly easy it is to get past certain aspects of our mind. It's like we don't have a firewall.
Yeah.
There. And the reason that is because, like, for example, let's say, I'm sure you've experienced this at some stage in your life. You're taking the same route every day to work and you come the same way back.
Yep.
So have you ever had it where, like, you rock up to work or you get home and you go, I don't actually fucking remember the drive.
Yeah. Many times.
There's a reason for that. And it's not because your memory's fucked. Because your brain is very good at creating shortcuts and going into autopilot to conserve energy.
Right.
So because you're doing these routines, your brain is not focusing on it because it goes, done this 100 times before, doesn't matter, this particular day doesn't need to be installed. Now, here's another thing I'm sure that you've had in your life where somebody will come up to you and they will say something completely that you're just not expecting. And you're like, what the fuck is going on here? And what that does is that generates a shit ton of focus because your brain, there's no program for that.
Yeah.
It's new information that's coming on board. And that's how people, they will get to you when you're in autopilot mode.
Yeah.
And that's when you're much more open to, like, suggestibility and manipulation. And you'll notice that they will try, like, also use like urgency to get you to panic and make a decision on the spot really, really quick.
Yeah.
Because if they do it for too long, eventually your brain very well could sort of snap out of it and come to the realization, oh, this guy's up to no good.
Oh, look, anytime I come across something on the internet that I'm interested in and it comes up, like, this offer is only available for the next hour and there's a countdown clock, I go,
yeah,
I came here to sign up for this. I actually want to do this course, or I want to buy this thing. But the fact that you've done that, I'm waiting the hour. Fuck you. Like, it pisses me off. Because that's their sales technique. And you go back an hour later and it goes, only an hour and you're like, what, another hour? That's amazing. How generous are you people?
And this limited time offer, it so happens to be there every time I come back.
I should say that anyone watching, subscribe now. There's only 12 seconds left before we're not taking any subscribers. Fucking Andrew Tate does it.
Yes, he does.
We're kicking people out of Hostlers University. We're not even taking your money. He did it for and I was like, you're such a scum. Like, Tate, I really like the guy. I like a lot of the stuff he says about the Matrix and shit. But he's never said anything that's original. But
like, it's already sort of out there, everything that he says.
He's not said one original thing, ever.
Yeah.
So, I've always been kind of fascinated with him, and I'm sort of I followed him for a long time because he was funny. And I followed because every now and then he'd say something, I'd be like, okay, that's a good little reminder of that or whatever. But the fact that he talks about the Matrix and all this shit and then turns around and does all the Matrix style tricks, I'm just like, well, you're just a massive piece of shit. I also watched one of his Hustlers University schools thing that someone leaked. I'm pretty sure it was just on YouTube. You just look it up on YouTube. People put it up there.
Was it about 6 hours?
Something like that.
Yeah, I think I've seen the same thing.
All of his business advice was just basically how to be a scumbag in business. It was all the scumbag, and it's all scumbag shit that everyone learns along the way. But it's like, it's kind of stuff where you're just cheating people endlessly. You just everywhere, and that's what hustling is. It's like, I'm gonna cheat you, no matter what. Like, I will never deal squarely with you in business. And so this is the fucking guy as well that comes out and complains about Jews. And I'm like, you fucking scumbag. And this is what pisses me off about a lot of the people who come out and complain about the Jews. Every one of their fucking business practices, they operate the same way. Yeah. And I've noticed this in the world more and more. It was even the guy at my fucking gym when I was signing up. He was saying, oh, the world's this and the world's, and it's all dark and these people doing this and doing that. And then he's signing me up and he's going, anyway, there's $150 fee for, like, if you cancel your subscription. And I was just like, dude, you've just done exactly the thing you're complaining about. You've just done it on a smaller scale. And everyone's in that mindset now of like, what I do doesn't really matter because I'm just doing it small, And I'm like, no, dude, like what you do fucking matters.
Yeah.
Like you are creating the cracks in the pavement that lead to the crevices in the road.
Yeah.
You are no fucking better than these people, and you have no fucking right to come out here and be holier than thou and be like, well, but I'm, you know, they're doing this and they're doing that. And I'm like, well, even what are you doing, you fucking scumbag?
Yeah.
It's just nuts. But that's the way of the world.
Yes.
We're in a dark time, man. But we're also in a time of great light.
Yeah.
I saw someone
Absolutely.
say something recently that I thought was brilliant. A lot of people, and I've fallen into this trap, a lot of times you come out there and you look at the world and you're just like, this is fucked, this, like, look at what they did, this is bad, this bad, this bad. Every time you point out the bad, though, you also need to be able to point out the good. Because there's a hell of a lot of good in the world.
Fuck yeah.
There's so much good out there.
Yeah.
That, you know, people do every day.
Yeah. That doesn't make the news.
It's never going to make the
Doesn't
news.
get passed around.
It's not going to get talked about. Dude, when I try to put out positive things on the internet, it doesn't get fucking picked up.
Yeah. And it won't.
Andrew Tate is a transgender comedian. That's what Jake says.
Well, here's the other interesting point I think that Chase and people like Jordan Peterson bring up too. Because we're survivalist creatures, we are hardwired for negative things because we're worried about our survival.
Yeah, you don't burn your stove. You don't burn your hand on the stove twice.
Yes, exactly.
Mm.
So, like for example, I'm probably sure you've had it on your show. Like, you'll get 20 positive comments, and you're like, oh fuck yeah, that's really cool. And someone will just be an absolute fucking asshole, and it'll fuck with you for the rest of the week.
Yeah, that's the one that sticks with you.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's the one that sticks with you.
There's a guy
Because because a lot of it, like Chase talks about this a lot of it goes back to that old primitive Stone Age thing of like, because negative things, you could potentially be like ostracized from the group,
which would kill you,
which means you're fucked. Like, yeah, the tribe could kill you, or you could be sent out into the wilderness.
Yeah.
No one's got your back.
You got to fight off the saber-toothed tigers on your own.
Yep, on your own,
yeah.
And you won't be getting a root.
No,
because you're ostracized.
Unless you root the saber-toothed tiger, and that's going to be tricky. That's going to be a difficult day.
That is indeed.
Still, what is it they say? High risk, high reward.
Yeah, that's right.
Saber-toothed fucking tiger pussy is probably the best pussy you'll ever have. Once you've gone saber-toothed tiger pussy, you'll never fucking go back. That's it. Yeah. You come back like a fucking conquering hero. Women throwing themselves out, get away from me.
Your way back into the tribe. They respect me now.
Yeah. This is my wife. Say growl.
But yeah, like we are just genetically hardwired to notice the negative shit way more for our survival.
The thing you were saying before about how like the brain develops, like it just goes, okay, this pattern is fixed. So the drive home, I can do that. I can think about other things. I can relax.
Yep.
We are so good at pattern recognition.
Yeah.
That's part of our survivalist instinct. And they are trying to get rid of that as well in us. They want us not to recognize patterns. They want us to deny pattern recognition.
Yep.
So, yeah, I don't think that's something we'll ever give up. I think people are too, I think people enjoy recognizing patterns. I do.
Absolutely.
Dude, whenever I watch a video, whether it's on X or YouTube, I check the length of the video.
Yeah.
And I have to work out the exact halfway point of the video. I have to know. I don't know why. It's like this obsessive thing that I'll do. So, like, you know, if if the video is like, you know, 16 minutes and 58 seconds, I'm like, right, the halfway point is 8:29. Like, I have to work it out. And what I used to do is sit there and I'd wait. I'd get like, I'd stop watching the video as it would approach the halfway point.
Yeah.
I'd be like waiting for it and I'd be tapping on it so the time thing would come up. And when it hit 8:29, I'd be like, pause. And I'd be like, right, we're halfway through the video. Start again.
Yep.
I'm a little bit autistic, I think.
Well, I've certainly copped a few, comments over the years that, but Tom, it wouldn't surprise me if you're autistic, actually. And it's like, yeah, you say that like it's a bad thing.
Yeah, exactly. Ask me about trains, motherfucker.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what that is. It's just something I picked up a while ago and I started doing it and then it became a thing of sort of like a game, I guess.
Yeah.
It always pisses me off when I get one that has no halfway point and then I have to work out the thirds. Like, I'm like, okay, can I divide it up into 3 equal parts? Can I? Or 5? Like, it just annoys me.
Interesting.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah. So has this been like more of a recent thing?
It's something I noticed that I was doing in the last... Like, it's only since watching YouTube. Like, it was never something I did before.
Right.
Maybe with songs occasionally. But I would have to be listening to a song on the computer. Like, I need... If there's a time display... I have to chop that into equal parts. There's just something in my brain that goes, okay, what are the equal parts of this? Give me any number and I kind of have to break it down. It's just, it's my way of, I think it's just my way of breaking down the world into smaller parts that I can kind of understand easier. It's also, I've always had a thing with, like, if there is a long period of time, I need to be able to break it down into, like, even when I go to the gym, I know I'm going to be there for at least an hour.
Yep.
But I break it down into different machines.
Yep.
So it becomes way more manageable. So I think that's all it is, really. And I'm breaking it down in my mind, kind of going, okay, well, the first half said this, the second half said this.
Yep.
And I don't know if it helps me or it's just a little, like a little OCD type tick. I don't know what it is. I don't care.
Well, I have heard, might have been Bear Grylls. I think he was sort of talking about, like, you don't want to look at the journey of 1,000 steps
as 1,000
and just
steps.
thinking, oh man, there's fucking 1,000 of these fucking things. Just, oh man, like you break it down and you just go, no, I'm just gonna, instead of looking at it as 1,000, I'm just gonna count to 10, 100 times.
Yeah,
things like that.
I automatically break things. So this is the other thing it might come from. If there's a repetitive sound like an engine and it's going at a speed that I can count, so it's like that kind of thing, I'm counting it in 4s because 4 to me is a single unit because I'm a drummer.
Yeah.
And because being a drummer, the most common time signature is 4/4. So I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can count the amount of, I can just count them. So I'm not going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's the same as the Japanese. When they count something, they count in 2s. They don't go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They go 2, 4, 6, 8.
Ah,
That's how they count. It's a much more efficient way to count
interesting.
because you're counting half the items and doing it at twice the speed.
Yeah.
And, you know,
Gotcha.
you get to that single one, you go 48, well, it's 49. It's like a... And it's the same thing that makes, you know, autistic people be able to look at a bunch of toothpicks and go, it's 83 toothpicks. It's, you know, it's groupings and breaking down and like... What I would love to get to, bro, is to try and... I want to get to that point of human potential. Like, I know I'm never going to get to the highest point of human potential, but my own highest potential. Even with things like, little things like quitting smoking. I know as long as I'm smoking, there's a barrier that I'm not getting over.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm really now trying to... Well, no, I am quitting smoking.
There we go.
That's the... I've caught myself...
Much better use of words.
I've caught myself twice doing that. For ages now, I've been saying, I am quitting smoking. I am quitting smoking.
Yeah.
I want to quit smoking. I am quitting smoking.
Yes.
And just recently, a couple of times, I've caught myself going, I'm trying to quit smoking. It's like, no.
Good.
I am quitting smoking.
Absolutely. I am statements. I think it briefly mentions it in the book, but I was also listening to a lot of one of the Anna channels here on YouTube, and they make it very clear I am statements are the most powerful statements you can make.
Yeah.
There's a reason why, like politicians, you'll never hear them say, oh, we're thinking about maybe, perhaps, possibly this law. Yeah, like we're kind of thinking about it. We might do it. No. They say we are.
Yeah.
Or I am.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't mince their words. They're very precise.
Yep. The it takes time to change your foundations. When I did a comedy thing recently, I've been doing really well with the comedy. Like, I've been, since coming back and putting this new, I do this whole thing now where, like, I'm angry, or I'm just heaps more emotive. And the other day afterwards, a friend was saying to me, like, that's really good, that you did well. And I was going, really, did I? Are you sure? Because I didn't know, because I was only playing to 5 people. So I was like, yeah, I made 5 people laugh, but, you know, was it, you know, I don't know how that would go. And I could see them getting frustrated with me, because they were going, no, I'm fucking telling you it was good. Like, why don't you believe it?
Yeah.
So, and I had to explain to her, I was like, look, I'm constantly working on this stuff, so I always have to program it into my brain that, yes, I did well. And I also have to be very aware not to go into ego.
Yes.
Because
absolutely.
Anytime I've gone into ego where I'm like, oh man, I'm so good at this, I'm killing this, I can, you know, it will, you collapse so quickly.
Yes, you do.
I don't know what that is, why the ego is so fragile like that, but you can't really build foundations on an ego.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's like trying to build a house on sand.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's always, you definitely, like, got to stay humble and have the attitude like, I've picked up a few things, but I haven't reached my potential yet.
Yeah.
And I'm getting better.
Yeah.
I'll never know it all.
That's the thing. I think ego puts you put yourself in the position of, I am at the top of the mountain. There's nothing left for me to learn. I have achieved the heights.
Yeah.
Whereas approaching everything humbly, you're always like, no, there's always something else to learn, and I will. So you get into that mindset of where I am still able to learn, and I am always learning, and you get better and better instead of, because when you stop learning, especially with like comedy or any kind of performance, as soon as you stop learning, everyone sees it, and people just stop believing you.
Yeah.
Jake's just asked, who's one of my favourite drummers? I'll just say Stuart Copeland. I've got a lot of drummers who I think are better than Stuart Copeland in a lot of ways, but I'll just say Stuart Copeland because he was so influential when I was growing up.
Yeah.
Of the Police. He was...
Oh, yeah.
He just... I think the thing that did the Stuart Copeland... he kind of took rock and roll in a whole new direction rhythmically, because he brought reggae beats in, and he reversed the 1 and the 4 and the 3 and the 4, and anyway.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, so
I'll go 2 of my favorite drummers.
Go on.
I know I talk about this band fucking ad nauseum. Raymond Herrera, the original Fear Factory drummer.
Mm-hmm.
I'd put him, probably number 1. It's similar to what you're saying. Yeah, you probably could pick ones who are more skillful or more technical or whatever, but I think like the direction that Fear Factory took heavy metal in, it's extremely influential on how a lot of typical metal bands sound today, like locking in that double kick drums with the guitars.
Yeah.
You know, that sort of thing. And then at 2, it's got to be, I think his name's Thomas Hack.
Yeah.
Meshuggah.
I was gonna fucking say Meshuggah. That motherfucker. That what kills me about that rhythm that he does
for Bleed.
Yeah. What he's doing is a so he's doing a double and then a single, but he puts a 4th beat between the double. So he goes
yeah.
That is a trick that I learned. I was doing fills using that same thing, but I never used a double kick, so I never thought to even try that with a double kick. Now I do. When I've got the electronic drums set up, I can switch the hi-hat to a double kick, so I can have double kicks.
Oh, wicked. Nice.
But I've actually gotten my right foot so fast that I can do double kick stuff, and I do doubles as well. Like my favorite fill is to do like double on the kick, double right, double left, and you just do this like it's just a insane beats. But yeah, that guy, Meshuggah, that fucking I love that. It's so fucking like drilling. It's so good.
That song I heard that almost didn't make the album, believe it or not.
Really?
And it took him about 6 months to really get it down pat. Because they were really struggling with it for a while, and I'm like, look, this is really fucking difficult. I don't know if we're going to do this.
Yeah.
But the rest of them were just like, no, no matter how long it takes, we're doing it.
Yeah.
And like there's that initial pattern, so there's that one.
Yeah.
And then when there's like a change through the song, like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. That's the thing. There's so many drummers that have gone next level. There's the guy on YouTube. You see it a lot. YouTube and Instagram. LS DePario. He's just savage with his drumming, but he's kind of he's become more like it's almost like like watching someone do trick shots, because he's so out there with his fucking drumming, no one else is going to be able to do the shit that he does. So it's like,
Yeah.
well, you've kind of backed yourself into trick shots.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but he is a wild drummer. He's very good. But yeah, I mean, there's all the jazz drummers that I grew up listening to.
Yeah.
That were fucking wild, like the shit that they would do. I had a Gene Krupa workbook when I was a kid. Just like all the rudiments and everything, and I'd just sit there for hours just copying, like, this is what Gene Krupa does. So yeah, it's fucking nuts.
Fuck yeah.
Well, I do want to set my kit up again and start playing.
Did you say electronic?
Yeah, I've only got an electronic kit. I'm not really a fan of electronic kits, but they're good for certain things. Like I'm looking forward to the day I can get a natural kit again.
Yeah.
Where I've got somewhere I can play it. But yeah.
So drum's your instrument of choice?
It was my first instrument.
Yeah.
And it was the one that kind of got me through my childhood, because I would go, I had the drum kit set up at the back of the shop in Oyen. And so when they would close the shop, I'd be down there until 9 o'clock at night, just playing drums every night, just beating. And all weekend, all I did was play drums. And yeah, that kind of helped me work out a lot of shit. That
Yeah.
just
Get
gave
that
me
shit
something
out.
to focus on, and like something to hit. So I was
Yeah.
just fucking like blasting drums all the time.
Yeah.
But that's
So why not hit and do it in a rhythm?
exactly. But yeah. Anyway, back to the etymology stuff.
Yes.
What was I going to say? I can't remember what I was going to say now.
Yeah, we were going somewhere before the drumming question.
Yeah. I find it the English language is quite a fascinating language, because it's so kind of it was designed really for trade, and
Yes.
it's
Commerce.
it's very utilitarian.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably one of the least poetic languages, which is why I'm always very impressed when people use it poetically. Like, I mean, any language can be used poetically, I guess, but yeah, it's but the amount of magic and spells that are built in
Yes.
to our everyday lives, it's fascinating.
To our spelling and our grammar.
Mm.
And the word, I think, was it grammar, has its roots in the word, I think it's grammaire or grimoire.
Okay.
And that translates to book of spells.
Really?
Yeah, book of spells.
I'm looking it up.
So yeah, the book also talks a shitload of all the commerce and the maritime law stuff. Like even little things like what do they call why do they call them babies?
Why?
You break down that there's two words in there.
Yeah.
Bay, which is what? What's a bay?
Isn't that kind of a horse?
Water.
Oh,
Water.
bay. Right. Water.
As in like a bay.
Yeah.
Right? A bay of water.
Yeah.
And then bee, well, what do bees do? They get the honey, they get the nectar that, that people can feed on. And, because obviously, when we're growing in our mothers, it's all to do with water.
Yeah. Oh, there's so much tied in with like the maritime law and everything. You're in You're in the dock when you go into the court. You're in the dock.
That's right.
You're in yeah, there's so much to that. So
And the
grammar,
reason, like, that they're pushing English very, very hard. They're really trying to push for every country around the world to at least have English as a second language.
yeah. So grammar, Latin grammar, rules of Latin, from Old French grammaire,
Yep.
grammar learning, especially Latin and philology, also magic, incantation, spells, mumbo jumbo.
Right.
Modern French grammaire, an irregular semi-popular adoption. Latin grammatica, grammar philology, perhaps via an unrecorded medieval Latin form, grammaria.
Right.
Pertaining to or versed in letters of learning. Yeah. That's insane.
Yeah.
For the magic sense, compare grammary. The evolution is characteristic of the Dark Ages, learning in general, knowledge peculiar to the learned classes, which included astrology and magic, hence the secondary meaning of occult knowledge. And occult just means hidden.
Hidden, yeah.
Hidden knowledge, yeah.
Yeah, because a lot of people hear that word occult and they think of cults or a cult.
Yeah. Yeah, occult just means hidden.
Yeah,
There's no
hidden language, hidden meanings, hidden symbolism.
Let's look up occult just because I want to see if there's more to it, because the ultimate meaning is just hidden. Secret, not divulged, from French occulte and directly from Latin occultus, hidden, concealed, secret. Past participle of occulare, cover over, conceal. From a simulated form of over, a verb related to celere, to hide. That's nuts.
Yeah.
So that's just, I mean, that is a straightforward, but it's always been fascinating that it's like occult knowledge. It's like this, there's this mystery. So, well, it's a mystery just because it's hidden. It's hidden on purpose.
Yeah. Yes, it is. And not necessarily for evil purposes.
Yeah, not necessarily for nefarious reasons.
Yeah.
Very often it's like there's so much. You could say that everything that the government, the true Epstein files are occult.
Yeah.
Because they are hidden. That is like, we're never seeing that shit.
Nah.
Like the stuff that they've released, and also they use one of the techniques that it's very interesting that they can actually adopt. They can make occult knowledge via revelation, where you, like, if you can lay out the plans for something really fucking dark and you hide it in a 3,000 page text, and it's just in one page on page 1897 of this 3,000, and it's 3,000 boring pages, but there's one page in there that's got some serious fucking, like, so they can actually, and that's hiding in plain sight.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's fucking fascinating stuff.
This book also did mention that, like, for example, I'm probably going to butcher this, but like the way that the Bible was written was that, like, you can't just give ignorant people like the proper knowledge if they don't know what to do with it.
Yeah.
You can't hand sensitive information over to just anybody.
That's absolutely right. Like,
Yeah.
I've the frustrating thing that I find with discussions of religion and whatnot, people break things down in the most simplistic terms, and they go, "Oh, really? You think God is a man on a cloud?" And you go, "No, that was an artistic representation made by a guy who was talking to a bunch of not well-educated people." You know, just to put it in the simplest terms, these are people who probably hadn't thought about it. They just need it's simply an artistic representation. This is an artistic rendering of an idea.
Yeah.
So to take any idea and create an artistic rendering of it is kind of impossible, because you're going to make a representation. You could make a different one. You could make 1,000 different artistic representations. So then also, when it comes to the Bible, all of these stories, they were handed down, and then they get translated, and they get like, okay, well, we can't say that, so we've got to, you know, it's, yeah. I mean, that's why it would be so good if you could somehow get access to the hidden texts that they have in, you know, like the Vatican. Fuck, man, I'd love
the little vault that they have. Yeah,
dude,
yeah,
that would be some mad shit in there. Like, you'd go crazy reading that. But even when they find scrolls and things like that, where they're like, okay, we're going to, like, they have ways of, like, they don't directly interpret. They'll translate, but they will take, if they find like a book that needs to be translated, and it's in Latin or some ancient form of Latin or Greek, they take every third page, and so like one group of people, the Catholics will get pages 1, 4, 7, 10, and so on. And then the Orthodox will get 2, 5, like it. They spread it out, so they don't even get the full picture. So they can't translate it and go, oh, this is too much.
Yeah.
So it remains fairly faithful. But then what gets handed down is like, it's something else. But the stories still remain, and we exist. I think we exist more in our stories than anything else. I think our stories are way more powerful than...
Yeah.
Which is why the Bible is such a powerful book for people to read.
Yeah.
Because it's all of the stories about the human condition, and it's fascinating, and about the nature of God and the nature of reality and whatnot. And it's just always fascinating when I hear people talking about it, and they're like, well, God was okay with these people raping and shit, and you're like, well, you're probably taking something a bit out of context there.
Yeah, yeah.
You know? Or maybe he's okay with raping. I don't know. Maybe you get up to heaven and God's like, how much raping you do? And you're like, none. He was like, well, what was the point?
Get back down there.
Get the fuck back down there and start raping. You just come in as a baby, you're like, oh, I want to rape. It's like, that's not what we meant when we said we had a rape baby. Anyway, it's gone down a dark path.
But yeah, like I mean, like I found it fascinating. Did you ever see the Jordan Peterson and Richard Dawkins talk that they had with each other a few years back? That was quite fascinating.
I'm not sure. I saw some of it. I didn't watch it all.
Yeah, because I think so Jordan is coming, I think, I could be wrong here, but I think Jordan's main sort of premise, he's like, no, well, like some of these are metaphors that contain truth in it. So, like, you know, a good example would be like The Boy That Cried Wolf, for instance.
Yeah.
That's a story. The moral lesson of that is, yeah, don't lie, because otherwise people aren't going to take you seriously.
Yeah.
And it kind of seems like Richard Dawkins is coming from the angle of, well, what was the name of the boy and the village? Otherwise, it just simply is not true, Dr. Peterson.
That
Like, no, you've kind of missed that point. Like, the point isn't if the actual story, if there was a real boy, were there actual wolves?
yeah.
Like, no, you've completely missed it.
Yeah.
But it's
That'd-
like that's the angle that he's coming from, and that's the angle that Jordan's coming from.
It'd be funny hearing Jordan and him get bogged down in that. Well, what do you mean by boy? And what do you mean by wolf? And what do you mean by
Exactly.
cried? We need to define our terms. Yeah, the point of that story I always got was if you're going to lie, make it a fucking good one. And only do it
Yeah,
once.
don't half-ass
Yeah,
it.
don't
Like,
half it.
go all the way.
Go fucking go all out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Sandy, how you doing?
Sandy.
Yeah.
What Sandy said.
Sandy said, hey, Scott, hey, Tom, really enjoying your conversation.
Ah, cool, good.
That's very cool. I'm not sure if comments are showing up. They've kind of cut off a bit here on the... I'll see if... I don't know why that's cut off, but it's a bit cut off. Hang on. Anyway, the comments have... Let's see if I can fix that. It's very weird. The comment thing is not quite working properly. I don't know why.
Okay.
Anyway, that's all good.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. I've got it. I had it backwards. That's all right. Okay, comments are running bottom to top for some reason, as they do. Anyway, all good.
Cool.
More technical nonsense. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish I could think of more of the... Because Steve and I talked about this on one of the early episodes as well, and I've seen that... But the same, all the things that Steve said, I've seen it repeated many, many times. And yeah, the spells that they use on us. Well, there's spelling for one.
Yep.
Spelling, spells, witchcraft.
Yes.
You're weak through the week. You work during the week.
She's the OG, that woman.
To get to the weekend where you are weakened.
Yes. And you receive the weekend of the deal.
Yeah. And
we awake on a Monday morning to go to our various jobs and undertakings.
Yeah. It's very subtle. Like some of these, sometimes I hear these things and I kind of go, oh, come on, that's a bit of a stretch. But when you start to hear it, you also go, yeah, okay. I've always wondered about that. Like, why do we refer to it as undertakings and
jobs, which is a Hebrew word for persecuted?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
I'll tell you the name of the boy who cried wolf.
Oh, go on.
Dewey Jewenstein.
Well, like that woman goes on to say, like, you know, words are electromagnetic, you know, vibration and frequencies. At the start of the book, it mentioned, what was it, as of, I think it said March 2016, there was 7.4 billion people on the planet, right?
Yeah.
And your average person speaks 7,000 words per day.
Okay.
So if you go 7,000 times 7.4 billion on average, and it would be much more now.
Yeah.
There's over 54 trillion words being spoken on the earth every day.
and half of those are the N word.
It very well could be.
Some
I'd
days
say
I
a good
think they are.
chunk would be that, and a very large chunk would be fuck.
Yeah. Let's see, that's another thing. Like when I was a kid, I heard people swearing, and so I just started swearing because I heard adults doing it. It was like, oh, that's cool. I'll swear. They call them curse words for a reason.
That's right. Yeah.
And it's another reason why, like, I think there are certain, like, it was never explained to me why I shouldn't swear. All that happened was I got the belt. Like, I would get hit if I swore. But that didn't stop me swearing. It just made me swear more. Like, I'd get,
that hurt.
like, every time they'd hit me, I'd be like, fuck.
Yeah.
But like, South Park did the episode about, like, they call them curse words for a reason, and like it because everyone started swearing, and like, I try not to swear, but I'm just not. It's one of those things that it's so deeply embedded, and as an Australian, it's kind of my right to say cunt and call people a cunt and stuff. It's that's our culture, that's our heritage. I'm not giving that one up. All right. But the others,
people from other countries are so shocked how we throw that word around so casually.
I know, I love it.
Like my wife's cousin that visited from England in his first time, just like, oh, people just say that word like it's nothing over here. I'll never hear that back home. Like, really?
Yeah, we say it a lot. I think it's because we eat Vegemite. And the first time you eat Vegemite, the natural thing to say is, oh, cunt. Like, that's just what, you know.
Well, yeah, indeed. Like, you know, curse words, and, you know, and like you said, I think you raised a good point, even though it came across as a joke. It's like, you imagine how many of those 54 trillion words would be curse words.
Curse words, yeah. No,
that is a lot of negative energy.
Because all of those words come, and I tell other people not to swear, and I'll go through a time where I'm like, right, I'm not going to swear, and I'll stop myself from swearing.
Yeah.
As soon as I get on stage, I'm like, Gene Simmons is a cunt. Like, I can't. It's hard. It's so hard not to swear on stage.
Yeah.
But, yeah. I don't know. That's a tough one. I would like to be better at it. I do want to not swear so much because they are called curse words for a reason. They do, and it's the intention behind it.
Yes. Yes, definitely.
I've often wondered, though, like, you know, when someone will go, oh, fudge, instead of saying the F word. I'm like, yeah, but we know what you mean. It's the same as when someone says the N word. Like, Louis C.K. has got a great bit about that, where he says, I'm offended when I hear someone say the N word. And he goes, I don't mean nigger, I mean the N word. Because, like, he's like, just say nigger, because you said the N word, you've put it in my head now, I know what you mean. Yeah. Own what you mean, motherfucker. Like, you know. See how long my not swearing...
Stop using your wordplay.
Yeah. See how long my not swearing lasted?
I definitely felt that way too. I used to swear a lot, late teens, early, and even mid-20s, but I'm really, putting in a conscious effort.
Well, it's got to help you having kids.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
See,
make me look like a horrible parent.
My father was a do as I say, not as I swear kind of guy.
Ah, yes. Yeah. Gotcha.
That was one of Dad's favorite sayings. He'd go, do as I say, not as I do. And I'd go, even as a kid, I'd go, "That's not how it works, Dad."
Yeah.
He'd go, "Do as I say, not as I do," and I'd counter with, "Monkey see, monkey do."
Yeah,
Like-
that's right. Yeah.
Like, what do you? Yeah,
Because it's a justification, isn't it?
it is. Yeah, absolutely.
Like, yeah, okay, I might be doing drugs and drinking too much, but don't do it.
Yeah,
Like, yeah, I don't know. It's kind of, you're not setting the greatest example to follow, though,
yeah. No, I love the
because
boomers.
I'm seeing it.
I love the boomers, the way that they just like abandoned reality. Like that's my favorite thing about the boomers. They'd just be like, "I know this is not how things work, but I'm going to ignore that because it benefits me."
Yeah. Yeah. I loved, what was it, George Carlin's bit? And he goes, if I could sum up the baby boomers, give me that, it's mine. Give me that, it's mine.
Yep.
And we're going to make it hard on all the other generations.
Oh, a fascinating generation.
Yeah.
I do wonder though, like, because they're still around. I mean, my parents were actually from the silent generation. Never silent a day in their lives. I don't recall a day. They yell at the TV, for God's sake. Like, you know, I don't recall any day in their lives where they were just silent. But
Yeah.
the greatest generation, I think that's the only generation that's been well named, because they gave us such greats as Mao, Stalin, and Hitler. Clearly the greatest generation.
Clearly.
Definitely the best.
Yeah.
But yeah. No, I do think cursing is like, it's something I need to be mindful of a lot, and it's something that I've always thought about. People have talked about like people who've practiced witchcraft and Satanism have talked about how, like, they will travel out in the spirit realm, essentially, and they find marks. They find victims, and they mark people, and they'll curse them.
Yeah.
And particularly if you're a very bright light, they go straight for you. They could never see the kids, the children that were Christian. They can't see them in, like, they're protected.
Yeah.
Because they have a cloak of protection over them. And it's their parents praying for them every day.
Yeah.
Now, you know, whether that's true or not, I have no idea, but it is common amongst the satanic witchcraft practicing people, which people always see. Satanism's another one that's a great trick. As soon as you say Satanism, it's like saying God. As soon as you say God, everyone that hears the word God has a different understanding of what you just said.
Yeah.
It means if you say it in a room with 1,000 different people, 1,000 different people heard a different thing. Satanism's the same way, and it gets promoted to us in film and television. The idea of Satanism is promoted as people who actively worship Satan, and they go out into the woods and they sacrifice animals and they sacrifice people and all this kind of stuff. And there are some of those around, but that's not what a Satanist is. And so when you say to people that the world is run by Satanist elites, they go, oh, you think they're out in the woods doing that? And you go, no, that's not what a Satanist is. And you go, oh, you think think they believe in Satan and worship Satan. You go, well, some of them do, but no, again, that's not what a Satanist is. So it's very, like, you have to really nail down the terms before you can really have conversations. And this is one of the things they've done with, like, do you know what it means to decimate? Do you know what the word decimate means?
No.
Okay. Decimate, like, people say, Israel has decimated an area of Palestine. No, they've wiped that out. They didn't decimate it at all. Decimate meant to kill 1 in 10. If you, in the original meaning of the word decimate, it was a tactic, and what they would often do to bring a population under control, they would tell the soldiers, they would go into that village and decimate the village. And not only are you going to decimate the village, you're going to force the local populace to decimate their own people. So they would line them up and they would get 1 in 10 and they would say, now kill those people. You're going to kill your own people. So they would kill 1 in 10, and it was always the males.
Yeah.
So they would reduce the population. They would show them how powerful they were. They made their own people kill their own people. So it had a psychological effect. And those people then instantly became slaves to the invading army. Because there was less of them. They killed their own people. It's the same kind of tactic that they use on child soldiers in Africa.
Yeah.
Where they force them to kill their parents or rape their parents or, whatever some sick fucking thing, because they're so noble and they never did anything wrong. You know how as white people, you get how we're the most evil people on the planet, right, Tom? You get it.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yes. Black people have never done anything like that. Fucking savages. Anyway, it's people all around the world are fucking savages, and yet like, if people understood the kind of shit that they get up to in Africa, they'd be like, oh, maybe we're not so bad.
Because they still have slaves over there? Am I wrong about
100%.
that? Yeah.
There are more slaves in the world now than there ever have been, but that's due to the booming population. But what's interesting,
and us too, don't forget that.
Well, because we're forcing those people to have slaves.
Yeah,
because they can't afford a John Deere tractor. But what's interesting is half of those slaves are sex slaves.
Okay.
And there is a huge slave market in Israel. And they're all sex slaves. They get women over from, like, Ukraine. And they say, look, just come here and you're going to work for this family and whatever. And as soon as they arrive, they take their passports and within a day, they're in a dungeon somewhere getting fucked.
I've heard that they take their passports and if they threaten to speak out, like, oh, we've got your passport.
Yeah. Also, there's someone at home who will kill your family.
Yeah.
And we've now also got, because a lot of the women that go there are married. So they go, we're going to send videos back to your husband. So, what are you going back for? Like, they've got all sorts of tricks. But it's not just Israel. It's just Israel happens to be one of the places. It's kind of a hot spot for slavery, sex slaves, and pedophiles. That's just an interesting little side note about Israel. Nice place, though. Nice beaches.
Well, there is that thing where, wasn't there like a lot of convicted priests or whatever? Don't they flee there?
Possibly. Well, my theory on that, and that it wouldn't surprise me. I mean, people flee to Israel all the time, especially the pedophiles.
Yeah.
My theory about that is, like, not everyone can become a Jew. you can convert to Judaism, but you'll never really be a Jew.
Yeah.
And if you convert to Judaism, you'll never be a rabbi.
Yeah.
You have to be born into it. You have to have the magic blood. It's a complete
bloodline.
It's a complete misunderstanding of what the word Jew actually means anyway, which is explained in the Bible, which means it's a servant of God. So having the magic blood does not make you a Jew. It's very stupid. But the Catholic Church, on the other hand, anyone can go and be a priest, right? If you decided tomorrow, if you wake up and went, I want to go and be a Catholic church, you go to seminary school, you go and you learn all this stuff, 4 or 5 years, you're a priest on assignment.
Right.
So, and my friend Axel posted about this today. He was like, I have this conspiracy, here's my conspiracy theory, that they basically, if you're found to be a pedophile, if you're just some loser who has no skills and you're a pedophile, well, you're going to jail. But if you're someone who is, you're in a position where you can actually do some good for the state, and they find out you're a pedophile, they give you 2 choices. You either go to jail and you have the worst life ever, or you work for us. Yeah. And I was like, dude, that's not a conspiracy theory. That is how it works. Like that forget fucking conspiracy theory. And there's no theory. That is literally how it works. That's been documented. That's why you get all these fucking judges just going, I'm letting this person go. They're hard on one person and then they're tough. They're like, someone does a Facebook post and they get a year in jail. Someone murders someone and rapes someone and they're on community service. That's how it works.
Yeah.
So, Israel and, well, the Jews and the Catholics are like mortal enemies. That's like, Jesus basically took Judaism to the common people, to everyone, spread Judaism and made it Christianity. Yeah. It's not Judaism in its original form, but so they think that Christianity is a bastardization. And Catholic Church was the first church. It was the church that, like, half the Jews went off and formed the Catholic Church. So they have been enemies for a long time. So any time that the Jews find out one of their people is a pedophile, they go, right, you're going to be a Catholic priest. And you can do all the fucking you want. That's the problem with having an open society or any kind of open system. Your wells get poisoned. The rot comes within. Anyone who welcomes everyone with open arms will end up without feet to run away or hands to defend themselves. That's my take on that.
Yeah.
But yeah. I'm not sure how we got onto pedophiles, but anyway. Pedophiles and Jews. Anyway, it keeps happening. I really would love to get through one episode without mentioning them.
How long has it been?
Well, we got to about 2 hours. So it's been pretty good. Probably a new record.
Are you going to have to go to some sort of rehab facility?
Wow, wouldn't be the first time. Re-education.
That's right, re-education, yeah.
I could probably use some re-education. Teach me
what
a trade.
area?
I don't know. Plumbing.
Plumbing?
Yeah. You've been
Pretty
plumbing all
job.
wrong. We're going to teach you the right way to plumb. 2 + 2 = 9. I don't know. But yeah. how do you think? What's the best way to undo these spells or fight against this? What do you?
Yeah, so the back end of the book, I think he talks about 20 different possible solutions to this problem. See if I'll just quickly go over them.
What's the final solution? Just kidding.
Yeah, there's been a few politicians that have made that mistake. Well, all right, so I'll talk about one that sort of stuck out to me, or two of them. Do not ignore the dark forces. So I found that really interesting. So basically, the premise to that, and I admit I am absolutely guilty of this. I'd research this stuff and look into it, and I'd keep up with all of it, and then I'll just hit a wall and go, I can't do this anymore because I'm miserable all the time, and I start going into that attitude of this is fucked, everything's fucked, it's all hopeless. What's the point?
Bro, I hit that all the time.
Yeah,
I've been doing this fucking podcast for I don't know how long now. I hit it all the time.
yeah. So you end up sort of getting into a thing where you kind of in a way you take like half of a blue pill.
Yeah.
It's like you don't completely shut off or no longer think that it's all bullshit or whatever, but you're just like, meh, well, what's the point? I'm just going to ignore it and I'll just live my life.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, they do know that.
Yeah. It's one of the archetypes in the Matrix. It's Cypher. And I've said it myself.
Yeah, right.
That there's been so many times where, like, the character I relate to in the Matrix is Cypher. Where you're like, he's like, why didn't I take the blue pill?
Which is a great, as we've talked about in the past, that's a great fucking manipulation tactic that he does there.
Yeah. It's very smart.
He's very gently pushing it as humor to see Neo's reaction.
Yeah.
Because if Neo goes, oh, hang on, what's going on? Hey, man, it's just a joke.
Yeah.
It's just a joke.
It's interesting too because like Neo is still newly awake, but there has to be some part of him that is like, yeah, it might have been better if I'd taken, like, if I was, I'd be at home in my comfortable bed instead of on this shitty ship. And
eating this goddamn goop every day. Yeah.
I wonder if they ever just went into the Matrix. You know how they'd always go into the Matrix on missions? Yeah. And it was always like they had a mission to do. It never showed the bits where they just popped in to go to a bar or sleep in a decent fucking bed or, you know, get laid or whatever.
Yeah, treat themselves.
Yeah, just, I really want I want a Mars bar. I'm going in to get a Mars bar. Who wants Mars bars?
Yeah. Or even just something as simple as like, you know what? I am totally over having to take a shit on a ship that's freezing cold. There's no proper plumbing or toilets. You know what? I want to go into the Matrix and I want to sit on a nice toilet.
Dude, if you shit in the Matrix, do you shit in real life?
Exactly. Do you shit your pants?
Because, like, if they die in the Matrix, they die in real life, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that thing? Yeah. So if he's sitting in the chair, he's all plugged in on the ship.
Yep.
The guy's operating like, dude.
Yeah, exactly. Like, don't do that, man.
Neo just took a steaming dump.
You're not in the pod anymore. It doesn't self-flush.
See, these are the questions that I have
Exactly.
that never get
yeah.
answered.
Well, because it's like I'm sure you have this from time to time. I fucking still do, and I'm a grown ass adult. When you start pissing in your dreams, and you go, oh, and you have to try and wake yourself up, because otherwise you'll fucking
You'll
piss,
piss
the
the
bed.
bed, yeah. I did that once when I was a kid. I still remember it.
Yep.
And I think
Yep.
it came from, like, I would hear my parents, Dad would say, I need to piss like a racehorse. So I had a dream one night that I was a horse.
Right.
And I started pissing everywhere.
Okay.
I was just a little kid, and I woke
Gotcha.
up and I'd pissed the bed, and I was like, oh, fuck. I could never figure out why was I a fucking horse. But yeah.
Yeah.
But there were commentators commentating it.
Ah, interesting.
The whole thing.
Right.
So it was that thing of like, I need to piss like a racehorse.
Yeah. So that program was planted into your subconscious mind.
Yep.
Wow.
I don't know what Carl Jung would say about it, but I'd say it's pretty fucking straightforward, open and shut case.
Yeah. I was just thinking of the great man. Yeah.
I've been listening to a fair bit of his stuff. I want to get a copy of his Red Book. I think that'd be an interesting read.
Yeah.
But yeah.
He was Christian based, correct?
Well, he was very he had a thorough understanding of the occult and occult knowledge. So
yes,
he was actually, he understood psychology might have, there might be other things causing the thoughts.
Yeah.
That there were and that energy works in ways that you can't necessarily control, and that these external forces can work on you. And so it wasn't as simple. Freud basically said it all comes from within, as I understand it. His whole thing was it's all in here.
Right.
But Jung said it's all in here, but there are things coming in from the outside as well. And this is more about interpretation. And I don't know,
Right.
I'm probably completely bastardizing it, but something interesting, that an idea that was brought up, now I'm not sure, I'm not going to attribute this to Jung completely, but the video I saw on it was talking about Jung, and it talked about, how we say our Father in heaven and our Mother Earth?
Yeah.
Well, part of this is we live in a great inversion. Everything is inverted. So the idea of it is actually the earth is our father and it's our heavenly mother. And when you think about it, male energy is very grounded. Male energy is, we are like, I need to protect, I need to do this, and this. Female energy is fucking a swirling, like, it's much harder to manage. Female energy is wild, and it's like, it could come from up here. It could be a thing from the external and coming in. So feminine energy could be from above, and that's, so that was another idea that I found interesting. Because it does seem like masculine energy is much more grounded. And and female energy is more spiritual and crazy.
What do they call it? Like comparing it to like the waves in the ocean.
Yeah. uncontrollable.
Oh, so one. What was the other point? So the other point: avoid fighting the dark forces.
Okay.
But it talks about that, like, there's no point in fighting them in the sense, like, not just the physical sense, because they obviously can't be harmed with weapons. But it's like the more you try to combat, it's sort of like like you're making it worse. It's sort of like you're attracting the magnets just more and more.
Yeah.
So it's not necessarily like a fight in terms of combat. It's more about you protecting your own energy
Okay.
by, like, for example, using the right words, kind of like what you said before. You made the reference with using Jesus as the authority to tell them to basically piss off. You've got no business here.
Well, so many Christians that I meet that have, like, fully come to Christ, which I don't think I've ever done, but they talk about this sense of peace that they have.
Mm.
So I've always been fascinated with that.
Yeah.
So what else?
Yeah.
What other solutions do we have? I like that,
so
not fighting it. That is very much like the thing of Owen Benjamin talks about it. Like, start your own community, get out, grow your own. Like, be self-reliant.
Yes.
Stop fighting
Definitely.
this, thinking that you're going to change.
Stop feeding the system.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yep. Let's see. Yeah, it talks about 20 of them. That's the first one. Oh, yeah, it talked. Yeah, we already talked about before the music and the light trying to draw you back in when you die. So don't fall for that. Stop voting for treasonous politicians. Yeah, so it's basically saying how, like, with that whole political system, like, say where you're voting for the president of the United States of America. You have to be careful in what you even think the United States of America is, because similar to, like, Australia and a lot of these other countries, it is a corporation.
Every country is a corporate. Every country is listed on the stock exchange.
Yep.
There is no country that is not a corporation.
Yeah. Exactly. So it's like when you're talking about a country, you have to refer to it in terms of the land mass. So this is where, like, more legalese comes into it, because, like, if you say, oh, well, like, I'm a citizen of Australia, you're saying you're a part of the corporation.
Yeah, we're voting for managers. I've said for a long time that democracy is a terrible idea. We shouldn't be voting. Just I don't see a solution to it. I think the correct solution is to just withdraw from the system and not feed it, like you're saying.
Yep. Because it dies without our energy.
Yeah.
And if you want to go back into word play again, what's the first part of the word corporation? Corpse. It's not that far from corpse, is it?
Yeah.
And what do these corporations need? They need our energy to sustain themselves.
Well, the shortened version of corporation is corpse. It doesn't have the E on the end, but it's still corpse.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
so
every person that's born is a promissory note.
Yeah.
Like,
that's right, yeah.
The bigger your population, the more debt you can get into, because you've got a massive amount of promissory notes. Every birth certificate is worth millions of dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars, because it is a promise of earnings to come.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it talks a lot about that stuff in the book too. Yeah, the birth certificate and even things like I didn't think of it like this. Like if you say, oh, you're the parents. Break down that word, parents. You are the pair that rents.
Rents. Yeah. The
Isn't that?
parents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. Yeah. You're the pair that rents.
Well, they've made it more and more so. It's very interesting. Like, I was listening to a clip of Louis C.K. and I can't remember the other comedian, but two comedians talking. And he was saying, you know, when I was in Dubai, I was like, what do you do with your old people? Do you, like, put them in a home or whatever? And they were like, no. Like, why? Why would we do that? Like, that's savage. And it's like, no, the end of their life is where you pay them back for everything they did for you. Like, that's the whole idea of it. So we're one of the only cultures that has outsourced elderly care and dying. We're one of the only cultures that immediately separates from our families at like age 18 or whatever. It's like, no, it's, you know, you're out on your own now. Now you're paying more rent. And now we're outsourcing our child rearing. So everything's been, and all of these things happen economically. I said to talking to Axel made me realize how much the world is run economically. And I was talking to Dr. Jones about it, and I said to him, you know, I didn't realize the world is run economically. And he said, no, it's run religiously. And I thought about that for a while, because I thought, no, I think I kind of disagree with him on that. But then I realized, no, he's right. It is run religiously, but it's not a religion that we'd ever want to be a part of. It's that satanic religion, and their god is money.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Which money, ultimately, it's just a representation of our energy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because we have to work to get it, and that requires a shit ton of our energy.
Energy, yeah. Yeah, you create, you expend physical, mental, emotional energy in return for... It's pretty sick situation where we get into situations where another person can like manipulate us mentally, physically, and emotionally, and we accept that for the money that we get.
Yeah.
And you tolerate so much crap.
Yep.
I think we need to start punching people more. That's my solution. I'm gonna, when I get into power, I'm gonna legalize punching people in the face.
You are running for office again, I'm assuming.
Yeah, of course.
Good.
I have to. Someone's got to do it.
That's right.
Hey, in my last life, man, I was Hitler. I went up, I got into the light, and I said, send me back to Austria immediately. And they went, all right, mate, kangaroos and koala bears, Australia. I was like, this is not what I wanted.
All right. Let's see. What was the other? Oh, yeah, politicians. Oh, yeah, so it talks a lot about staying away from protests, not bothering with protests. So, like, for example,
I agree.
Yeah, because like if you go to the way that explained it, like if we take an Australian flag and go to a protest, all you're doing is you're actually Like you think you're going against it, but you're actually representing the corporation.
Yeah.
That flag is the logo or the logos, whatever you want to call it,
Yeah.
for the corporation.
Yeah.
So you're just feeding the corporation negative energy.
Yep. And also, you're always serving someone. Like, even if you feel that you're counter protesting, you are still serving a larger beast.
Yeah.
Even with the Palestinian stuff. And I noticed that one of the comedians got up the other day. He was a guy from Sydney. And he ended his thing with Free Palestine. And, like, no one gave a shit. And so while I was on stage, I went, yeah, Free Palestine, brother. And everyone's over it.
Yeah.
And it was like, well, didn't we kind of know that was, like, they tire people out with this stuff.
Yeah. They do. Yeah.
It's the same thing as, like, what we were saying about getting to that point where you're like, I wish I'd taken the blue pill.
Yeah.
Couple more comments.
Yeah.
Harvey's joined the chat.
Hey, it's up, Harves.
Harv says, don't ask me how I know, but I know for a fact you shit yourself for real if you do it in the Matrix.
That answers that question.
Yeah. Unrelated, I just bought a Meta Quest 3. I don't know what the fuck that is. And Sandy
I think
says,
it's a VR headset, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Sandy says, Heil, Scotty, vote for him or get fucked. That's absolutely, yes.
That's right.
Vote for me or get fucked. That is my fucking... That's going down in history, man. Future generations will be like, yeah, vote for me or get fucked. That's fucking...
Yep.
Yep.
So with... the other thing I was going to mention with the protest, like you said about feeding the beast, you're still telling the government that, like, yeah, I want change, but can you do it for me, please?
Yeah.
That's essentially what you're asking them.
Yeah.
So they're pissing themselves laughing looking at you. So you still think that the government is actually going to be a part of the solution to this?
Yeah.
No, they're not.
That's what I've always thought with people when they're going, end the Fed. I'm like, if I had a money printing machine in my studio here, and it's just every day, it's just printing me $1 million every day.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd care how many people were saying, turn off that machine, Scott. I don't think I'd do it, you know. I'm like, so what is the fucking point of that?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's
absolutely
just kind of a side note, but yeah, no, I agree. Like, I think, like, the idea that we're going to vote our way out of a situation that we voted our way into.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Or that someone else is going to come, you know, even people are like getting on board with Pauline Hanson now.
Oh, yeah, One Nation and yeah.
I mean, I'd be interested, like, you know, I'll be interested in the outcome, but I'm not participating. Yeah. All I ever am with politics now is interested in what happens. I'm curious what happens. Like with Trump. When Trump came along, he was like this outsider. And he was like, I'm going to drain the swamp and I'm going to do this. And people got on board. People were excited. Yep. Now he's the uniparty again. He's he's more the uniparty than ever. Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm fed up with politics.
Yeah. Same. Yeah, ultimately, it's just like us giving our power away, putting it onto them. Can you run my life for me, please?
Yeah. It is very much like, Mummy and Daddy, can you...
Yeah.
I want a new.
I've got this problem. I need your help.
Yeah, I want a new Xbox. You do
Yeah.
it. And they're like, well, no, you have to go and get a newspaper route. And you're like, no, just give me it. Yeah. I hate talking about politics, but it's also kind of fun. But I know it doesn't serve any purpose. I put social media in the same, and like protests and all that stuff. To me, it's the same as going to the football, right? You've got 50,000 people in a stadium. Half of them are yelling for one team. Half of them are yelling for the other team. Not once have they ever affected the outcome of the game.
Yeah.
Not once.
Yeah.
But they're all there yelling passionately, like, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And, you know, I like the memes, you know, that you see, that there'll be like a photo of a group of sports fans, you know, absolutely fucking losing their shit. Like, you know, they're all like, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just, you know, so something, the caption is something on the lines of, imagine if people used this kind of energy for something real.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a good point.
Yeah. It really is. It's the bread and circus thing, because you expend all that energy.
Yep.
And then you go away kind of satisfied or, you know, tired out. It's like putting the kids in the backyard and going like, go run around in the backyard. Tire yourself out.
That's right. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's, you know, that's a big part of the reason I haven't been to, you know, a game this year. Like, you know, I really thought about it. I'm like, I got to expend so much energy and resources, and I'm either going to go there and have a really good time, or possibly, if the team loses, and you like, you know, you end up walking away all pissed off and disappointed or whatever.
Yeah.
This actually like doesn't have like a real sort of proper bearing or an impact of my life.
Yeah. Look, I'm
It
not
really
saying
doesn't.
it's a bad thing to follow sports and so if it's something that you're into and going to a game, it can be fun. I went.
Sure.
I mean, I haven't been to a game in a long time, but I've been to footy games and stuff. It can be a good thing, but don't ever think that you're making a difference. And that's what I liken it to social media. Even people on social media that have huge followings, and they go on and they go, Donald Trump just did this and I disagree with it, meh. Or they go, Donald Trump's the greatest fucking president. And they think they're making a difference, and they're like told that they're making a difference.
Yeah.
A really good podcast that I watched, I think I probably fell asleep, because I'll often put on a podcast and fall asleep to it. It's just a distraction.
Yeah, same.
It stops me from thinking. But it was,
same.
I think it's Scott Ryan. Is it Scott Ryan?
Not sure.
I think I'm messing up the name. Not Scott Ryan. But he's an ex like Special Forces podcaster.
Yep.
Let me look at Scott. Oops.
Yeah, the only problem with falling asleep to the podcasts every now and then I find is if they're talking about something really fucking weird, you end up having some really weird dreams.
Yeah.
Or if someone, I had an experience a couple of weeks ago. Fuck, it was weird. I was listening to a
It's actually
funny enough.
Sorry,
sport.
It's Sean Ryan. Scott Ryan is the Australian actor and writer of Mr. In Between. Sorry, I got confused. Sean Ryan. But anyway.
He's that guy, the guy that plays
Mr.
Ray
In
Shoesmith.
Between, yeah, the magician, Ray Shoesmith, yeah.
I don't answer questions.
I don't answer questions, mate. I got to after playing Damage in that play, everyone kept saying, you need to watch Mr. In Between. So they were like, they kept saying, yeah, you're like Ray Shoesmith.
Because I've only seen clips of the show.
It's very
it was
good.
recommended to me by a friend. I'm like, yeah, fuck, I probably should watch that.
It's very good. If you watch
Yeah, it made me laugh quite a lot.
the movie The Magician is where it comes from, and they made that back in 2012 or 2015 or something, and you can kind of see, like, it's where all the ideas for the series came from. But after making the movie, he obviously learned a hell of a lot, and he teamed up with some people who really knew what they were doing and knew how to write a series. And there's actually one reference in one of the episodes in about season 3. He goes and has a little chat to some guy, and the guy's security is like, why'd you, like, who's he? What why do you respect that guy? And he goes, you know who that is? He goes, no, who? And he goes, that's the magician. That's the only time it's ever mentioned in the whole series. But yeah.
Okay.
He's called the magician because he made people disappear.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, the clips I saw, I think it was the was it the bullying one, and then when he's sitting in the circle with that really fucking obnoxious counselor guy.
Yeah. He makes.
You think it's good to hit people, do you, Ray? Don't particularly enjoy it, but they had it coming.
Yeah.
Oh, well, so you think it's up to you to do that, is it, Ray? As well, be less people doing it. They realise they don't get away with it.
Well, he was an asshole. Well, the world's full of assholes, Raymond. Yeah, because people keep letting them get away with it.
That's the one.
He makes a lot of sense.
He does, yeah.
It's very good.
Because it's very true. It's like getting back to like the manipulation stuff. It's but these bullies and assholes that most of the time they want easy prey. They want an easy fight.
Yeah.
A lot of them are just talkers, and if you just learn to keep good, strong body language and posture, have find your natural low tone in your voice, take your time when you speak, pauses and silences. They go, oh, okay, yeah, this person isn't weak. It's not going to be an easy fight.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
You can't let them have an easy... Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking... What's his name? Jordan Peterson, like, really reduces it in a... It's quite a simplistic way, in my opinion, anyway. I know what he's saying, but I think it was one of those things he probably thought sounded clever, and maybe it needed some more thought. But it was something like, if you're... I can't even remember. I can't even bastardize it. It was something like, if you're not a predator, you're a prey.
Yeah.
And it was like, well...
I like the best... Was it the best people are dangerous people but know how to tame it? Something like that?
Yeah, it's that idea, but he just put it in one thing, and it was basically like, you need to be it was like, if you're not a predator, you're prey. Yeah. Was the I can't remember how he put it, but yeah, it was it was a very kind of oversimplistic approach to the whole thing. But what I was saying before about the Sean Ryan thing, he has a conversation with Tucker Carlson, and it's just a very interesting conversation, because he's saying that, like, in the thumbnail it says, "I found hell," and Sean Ryan is at the point now where, like, because he's got a massive podcast, and he was talking about how he went through a time where, people were telling him he was great, and like he can't stand compliments now because all these people just kept telling him how great he was, and he's having dinner with people and having all these guests on the show and stuff, and they were telling him how important what he was doing was, and then he realized that they were all lying to him, and like he sat across the table from thousands of politicians who just openly lied to his face, and he's just so sick of it. And he went off and did MEO, what that, you know, toad toxin stuff and ibogaine, and he said he saw hell, and it freaked him out.
Okay.
You can see in the podcast he's like really like, yeah, I'm done with all of this stuff. It's really nuts. It's worth a watch though. But yeah. Anyway, I cut you off earlier. You were talking about falling asleep to a podcast, and you had a lot of...
Oh, yeah. So sometimes I'll start having really fucking weird dreams, or that like I become a part of the podcast.
Yeah.
And it's like I'm the guest of it.
Yeah.
That's really fucking weird. I remember I had one. I was listening to one on my footy team, Melbourne.
Yeah.
And they have a section of the show, right, where like, you know, random people call in and give their 2 cents worth. And there was this one guy who was just completely let loose, and he was screaming as loud as he fucking could.
Yeah.
And because I'm listening to this and I'm asleep, and I thought I actually woke up in a panic because I thought somebody was outside my fucking bedroom window trying to break into the house.
Really?
Yeah. So I went into like a full-blown panic for about 5 to 10 seconds until I was able to sort of reorientate myself and go, oh, okay, that was just from the thing I was listening to, righto.
That's one of the things that, like, I used to require absolute silence and absolute dark to fall asleep. I needed, like, those two things. I mean, when I was younger, in my, like, teens and 20s, I'd fall asleep in the middle of the day to loud music. I didn't give a shit. I was just in that, like, I didn't care when I slept. I'd just sleep for hours. Later on, though, I developed this thing. I needed absolute silence to fall asleep. And I think that I'm wondering if maybe I'm not getting the kind of sleep I need because now I've started just putting on a podcast or whatever.
Yeah.
And so maybe I just wonder if it's affecting me negatively.
Like if there's possibly like a part of your brain that doesn't completely shut off because it's receiving sound.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because also there's things, there are parts of your brain that, like, when you're sleeping, there's parts of your brains that are still listening for threats.
Yes.
There's a part of your brain that's like, you go to sleep, I'm on night watch. Yeah. If there's a weird sound outside your window, I'll wake you up. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
So now you're forcing that fucking part of your brain to listen to a podcast, and it's probably sitting there going, no, I don't want to listen to this bullshit.
Yeah.
I'm trying to focus.
It's interesting though, wouldn't it? How like some of the things that I have slept through, but then some of the things that wake me up, like this is really fucking odd. Like I'll sleep through thunderstorms if it's pissing down with rain.
Yeah.
But if there's one slightly odd sound outside, like a fucking bush rustling or something, it's just like bang, I'm up.
Yeah.
And then it takes me forever to get back to sleep and relax.
No, look, there's a particular hormone that men have. There are two different hormones that men and women develop. So the hormone that women develop, when you're asleep, if there's a noise in the house, the woman will wake up. But the hormone that men develop, if there's a noise outside the house, the man will wake up.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
And when you have kids, those hormones go like boom through the roof.
Yeah.
Because now, now there's like, so yeah, you could often probably sleep through the baby waking up, but Jess would be straight up on it. But a noise from outside, and yeah, if it's a noise like a thunderstorm, your brain just goes, "No, that's all good. That's just thunder."
Yeah.
Or I think what they're moving us towards though is where you'll go. Your brain's like, "Nah, that's okay. It's just African migrants breaking in." That's normal. I hope they sharpened their machetes. That's normal.
Well,
It's
it is
to be
normal in some
expected.
parts of Australia now, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh dear, what fun!
Are you getting much of that near you?
Nah, we're not getting a lot out here.
Okay.
We don't tolerate that kind of nonsense. No, it's getting a bit worse, but where I am is kind of between the worst suburbs. So it is coming in, and it's coming in economically more than anything. And there's some crazy people around here. They house quite a few crazies around here, but we're not seeing that kind of nonsense. That's mostly in the western suburbs there, And who cares about them, really? Scum. Those western suburbs scum.
Yeah.
No, I'm joking about that. No, they I know there was quite a bit of it in where my brother used to live, Heidelberg West.
Okay.
Oh God, what a terrible suburb.
Have you got anything for house defense? Because I can't remember if I showed you or not. I don't know how effective this would actually be, but you can get those little Aztec death whistles.
Really?
So yeah, they're only like $15 off eBay, right? But they make an absolutely fucking horrific sound.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a horrible screeching sound. And if you watch, go to YouTube and you watch pranks of people using it, it scares the fuck out of everyone.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
Because it's such a horrendous sound and it's really fucking loud. Like the one I got, it's probably only like that big.
Yeah.
And I remember I tried using it inside the house at only like 3/4 of my capacity that I could do it, and it fucking hurt my ear.
Yeah. If you hit the right frequencies, you can the things you can do with sound are quite fascinating, and there's certain sounds that create a pressure wave that push against, it can hurt.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can. There's a lot of those things that, they're a very effective weapon.
Absolutely.
Sound is a terrifically effective weapon. Someone was pointing out recently how the importance of a soundtrack in a film. You can have a great film, but if you don't have a good soundtrack, it can be trashy. You can have a terrible film with a great soundtrack. People will always remember the soundtrack.
Yep.
It's fascinating.
Yep. All the best things, my favorite things of all time have had the fucking best, immersive soundtracks. Like a very quick example, the Silent Hill games. Absolutely fucking phenomenal soundtracks. Whether it's the really creepy parts or the more sort of melodic parts.
Yeah.
But it fits in the mood and the atmosphere, like to such an extent that I've really not seen.
I'll give you go on.
Blade Runner, maybe.
Yeah, I'll give you an example of the power of a great soundtrack with great images, like the combination, and how it can like give you a kick of like serotonin or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So you know the movie Talladega Nights?
No.
The story of Bobby, whatever. It's like that Will Ferrell thing, and he's the race car driver. And Sacha Baron Cohen.
Roughly.
Okay, so
Yep.
that was, one of those stupid comedies, but it was filmed very well, and they put a hot soundtrack to it. And there's a scene where he's going around, and it's race cars, so it's exciting.
Yeah.
So the camera comes down from the car's going along like this. The camera comes down through the car and out the other side and spins around and watches that. Like, it's just a beautifully shot piece of CGI tracking that was just masterfully done. And they put it to Audio Slave's Show Me How to Live. And so they edited it perfectly. So it goes from like one bit where like nothing's happening, and then and the fucking tracking shot coming down through. So it's just like, this was many years ago. I was lying on the couch. I was fully addicted to morphine at the time.
Yeah.
I had run out of morphine, and the doctor was like, you can't have any more morphine until, like, I had to wait until the next day till I could get my morphine. Morphine withdrawal is one of the worst fucking things. Like, it's the worst. Like, it feels like every cell in your body is being punched. Oh. It's fucking horrible. Like, you're just in agony and there is no relief. So I was just lying on the couch just in horrific pain. That scene happened. I watched that scene. I got like a momentary relief from the agony of morphine. Like, it didn't last.
Yeah.
But that made me realize just how fucking powerful. Like, you don't even notice it when, like, you get it. If you saw it in the cinema, you'd be like, oh, wow, that was cool.
Yeah.
But because it's on top of your normal feeling, you just go, oh, that was a little boost, a little bump in serotonin or whatever it was.
Yep.
A little endorphin kick. But being that I was in a state of agony and sickness, I was just stunned by it. I was like, fuck, can I just keep watching that scene over and over again?
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
But yeah, it's just the power that shit has. It's kind of amazing.
Yep. Yeah, well, music's one of those, as they call it, the universal language, crosses all language barriers and borders.
And as we've discussed before, when you go to a concert, like, the energy that's produced, just people like jumping to the same thing and everyone like feeling the same thing and fucking that. Yeah. And the different kinds of music that are being played are going to produce different energies.
Yes.
I would love to be able to, like, I don't know what scientific instruments you would put on those things to measure the different kinds of energies, and there is nothing that can measure, that kind of mental or spiritual energy, but yeah, it would be fascinating.
Maybe those paddles from Scientology.
Yeah. We're gonna, what is it? We're gonna get everyone clear.
Matter paddles?
Oh, those things.
Something like that, yeah.
Gonna get Tom Cruise in the house.
Woo!
He's a great man. I love Tom Cruise.
Yeah, he's pretty cool.
I don't care if he's part of a wacky religion. I like his movies. I swear to God, man, I reckon the Church of Scientology are actively trying to kill Tom Cruise. They just can't. I think they're like encouraging him to get the script writers to put in crazier and crazier stunts.
Yeah.
And they're just like, up the life insurance policy on him. And he's like, fuck, he survived another one. He's just unkillable.
Well, that one that he done for one of the more recent Mission Impossible movies, when he's actually on the side of the fucking plane.
Yeah.
Oh, poor man.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, mad respect there.
I think they're trying to kill him. I think the whole thing is like, let's cash in this, like, let's just give him the craziest stunts. Eventually he's going to fuck one of these things up. I'm sure they've got, I'm sure they've got like 1 million fucking safety people around.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm sure, there's all sorts of, like, I think a lot of that is mythology of Tom Cruise, that they probably let him do a certain amount of things and it makes it look like he does all his own stunts and stuff, and I'm sure he does a lot of his own stunts, but no one's fucking putting $200 million into a movie that's going to get shut down 3 months in because the star fucking died.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Although in this day and age, they just fucking AI it. CGI his face onto someone else.
Well, didn't they do that with The Crow?
I think they might have done something like that.
Like, they got whatever bits that they filmed with Brandon, and then they got either lookaways or like CG and like even the odd cardboard cutout or whatever.
They would have used, they probably would have used stand-ins and masks and whatever they had to do to finish the film. But they would have had most of the film shot.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
And with editing
and just
and
like him, that they shot most
had
of
him
it.
shot, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we shot Brandon too early. But in that scene where he's running through and he's shooting them all on the table, you never see Brandon. It's all done with strobe and lighting. Someone's running across the table shooting a gun, but you never see that it's Brandon. It's like you can almost pick the exact point in the movie where he died.
Where it happened, yeah.
Yeah, because it's like, all right, in this scene, this is where he died because they had to finish this scene. So that whole scene where he actually does get shot, everything that happens in that scene afterwards is like, well, that's not Brandon.
Yes.
So yeah, but all the other stuff was already shot. I mean, that's how you make a film of that caliber. You go, all right, we're going to shoot all these scenes first. We're going to get all your close-ups. We're going to get all your You get all that stuff out of the way first.
Yeah.
Unless you're working with Alec Baldwin.
Oh, I forgot about that.
In which case, you just shoot the AD in the face.
Yeah. Fuck, that's brutal, isn't it?
He calls that the worst day of his life.
Probably
a bad day for her, too.
Yeah. Oh, was it a woman that he shot?
He shot a woman, yeah.
Oh,
which, I get it, but you shouldn't do it.
Quickly see. I think there was one more thing I was going to bring up in here. I think we've already talked about that one. The stop relying on external things to save you. So, like, government, for instance. Invest in alternative energy technologies. Well, yeah, the problem is they won't allow that, will they?
Well, yeah, they will.
we
They
know
will
how.
always wet their beak.
Yeah.
You can't stop. That's the other. Well, I mean, Jesus said this too. Render unto Caesar. Or maybe it wasn't Jesus. Maybe it was someone else. But in the Bible, it says, "Render unto Caesar that which is Caesar's."
Yeah.
Like,
But then give to God what is God's.
give to God what is God, and
One.
render unto
Yeah.
Caesar that which is Caesar's. Basically, you have
Yeah.
to live in this world.
Yeah.
And that's all. But that was all part of the, like, we just want to fit in. Because, like, you can't create a religion that's like, you know what? We're not paying taxes. And you'd be like, well, we're not paying taxes, but we'll make the people pay taxes. Because that's essentially what religion is.
Yeah.
Religious exemptions. I got to get me one of those.
Yeah, because they pay no taxes whatsoever.
No
do
taxes.
They? So hence why I think a lot of celebrities in that they also donate to churches because it's like purely a tax write-off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can write off a lot of stuff. In that sense, you can control a little bit where your money goes. But some of those religions are a great scam. Like, you can set up a church, and because it's essentially a money laundering and it's a tax write-off. So you give $1 million to the church, and the church gives you back 800,000.
Yeah.
You've written off, you've saved yourself $1 million in taxes, and it cost you 200,000. It's just an old scam that's been done. But there's only so much you can write off. But if you're paying 10 million in taxes and you can get away with turning 1 million into 200,000, you're going to do it.
Yeah.
But it's that high end kind of stuff. But a lot of churches have been shut down for that. People have done reports on where they'll turn up to a church and it's an old church, and it's like, it says here on the register that this is an active church, and they're like, yeah, it's totally active, and they're like, seems your church is a little bit burnt down there. And you're like, God works in a mysterious tax bracket.
Indeed.
Anyway.
Yeah. All right. Well,
I think.
Oh, geez, 10:45. Wow.
Yeah, we've been doing about 3 hours, so we'll wrap it up there, hey?
Yeah. 3 hours is a good time. I like a good 3-hour podcast.
Yeah, I think 3 hours. It's pretty. I think that's the first 3-hour one I've done in a while. So.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us, Tom, once again on Box of Dogs, and thanks to everyone watching.
Absolutely. Cheers. Thanks for having me on.
No worries, brother. We will talk soon, and everyone, peace out. I will be back soon with